Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will continue our webinar about disciplined agile that was conducted the last week by Dr. Faiz Rasool. And today we will have some hands-on and some practical additions to this. So without further ado, we continue. I need to tell you that actually we will be opening, you can chat over this session. It's open the chat. Also, you can speak in case you need to have something to tell, or we can open the microphone, or sometimes it will be open even for everyone. And also this webinar will be currently for 1 hour and a half. So Dr. Faiz, it's you, please.
Thank you, Shailan, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to our second session on Agile and Discipline Agile. In the last session, we talked about Agile. In this session, we will be talking more about Discipline Agile. And if you have already read the announcements, if you will be attending both the sessions, you will also be getting a certificate of completion of 4 hours of training on Agile and Discipline Agile. But I can expect that there will be people who couldn't attend the first session or maybe interested more in Discipline Agile than just generic Agile. For them, I'm Faiz Rasool. I am associated with PM Training School, that is a collaboration partner with the PMI KSA chapter, and we are PMS Premier training partner who offer, in fact, all the certification from PMI and also from Scaled Agile Framework. This was a brief introduction of myself, and here I would request you guys, if anyone of you would like to introduce yourself, who couldn't introduce and want to introduce, or who is new and want to introduce themselves, just feel free to introduce yourself by thinking about these 4 questions: your name, your role at work, what are you expecting from this course, and one thing we don't know about you. Anything like your hobby, your interest, etc., that you like to share with us. Yeah, Osama Bari.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for having us in this such an informative speech. My name is Osama Bari. My current role is I'm working as a consultant at the team. Actually, I have a question. So I didn't attend the first session, so I'll be eligible to take the certificate of attending the course. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and Shailan can comment better on it, but our understanding is that you will be getting 2 PDUs, but not the certificate of completion.
For the certificate of completion, if you allow me, we have the other session actually on the YouTube now. So in case you confirm that you have seen both, then we can arrange with Dr. Faiz so that you can confirm that you have attended both, one on live and the other was on YouTube.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Anyone raise your hand in case you need to talk or to introduce yourself, please. Maybe, Doctor, they are willing to hear from you now because they hear that the session today will be shortened for 1 hour and 1 hour.
Okay,
and a half.
yeah.
Okay.
Not a problem. Let's dig deep into the session directly. Thanks, Shailan, for the recommendation. Now, guys, last time we introduced ourselves with the Agile, and we have seen that there are a lot of different methods available for Agile. We have seen that there is Scrum, XP, DSTM, and then method for the scaling Agile like Spotify, large scale Scrum or Scrum of Scrums or maybe SAFe, etc. Then question comes, why Discipline Agile? When we have like more than 30 methods available, why PMI put all the efforts in the Discipline Agile? Why PMI consider DA as its forte for enterprise agility? The thing is, once Agile movement was started back in 2001 in Utah. Uh, Many different organizations, many different alliances, they start offering a lot of different products in the form of consultancy, in the form of training, certification, etc. Now, when they start offering these type of training, in fact, they build the whole web of training, then certification, then consultancy. And they start teaching to the people that, okay, this is how Agile needs to be done. They made the whole industrial complex of Agile. And for their own purposes, they adopted few principles of Agile and deliberately ignored few other principles of Agile. One of the important principles was individuals and interactions over processes and tools. But what these alliances start doing, they start telling people how to do the Agile. They start making it like a process, okay, instead of letting people decide what is the right way of working for their teams as per their context. And there is a famous thought leader in Agile called Malton Fowler. He was one of those 17 people who attended Utah conference and was part of Agile Manifesto writing team. He speaks a lot about Agile Industrial Complex, and he says that if we really want our Agile movement to be alive, we must challenge these people. We must come out of, he calls it a method prison or framework jail. According to him, and also from PMI's viewpoint, uh, the real high performance comes from the freedom, not from any particular framework. So this is one challenge that we are facing in last 2 decades. Since the Agile movement started. Another issue is technical excellence. If you look on all different methods, their focus is quite a lot on, for example, roles like Scrum roles, product owner, Scrum master, development teams, or the meetings. We call them Scrum ceremonies, daily stand-up, or retros or product demo, etc. But the focus has shifted from technical excellence towards more like meetings, processes, how long should be your meeting. You should not be doing your daily stand-up more than 15 minutes. But what if we really need to spend like 20 minutes? Okay. Or what if we really don't want to do our daily stand-up, we want to do it like twice in a week? Okay. Why to force on us? Instead of helping us, helping the technology people or the engineering teams in technical excellence, we are putting them more burden. That's another issue. And last but not the least, it is about teams. Uh, Still, our teams are not long-standing stable teams. Still, our teams are gathered around the projects. Whenever a new project comes, whenever a new funding release, it is released for a project, not for long-standing stable teams. Still, we are facing this challenge that our teams are not well synced with each other, who want to love to work with each other for a long time. This is a normal scenario for the enterprise who fund the projects. But on the other side, those high-tech, highly growing companies such as Google or Microsoft, etc., they are having long-standing stable teams. That's why they are progressing very fast. In fact, Discipline Agile since 2010, when it was developed for IBM, is trying to overcome these challenges. Discipline Agile mindset, Discipline Agile toolkit, Discipline Agile motto is instead of following a particular process or following a particular ceremony, it should be the team who should be deciding what to choose, what not to choose as per their context. There are many different mindset aspects of discipline agile. I'm not going in depth all of them, but only one of them. But in this example, I'm showing you three. Okay, context count, guided continuous improvement, organized around product and services. There are many others. We will be talking about them later. The context count says that each individual is unique. Okay, and when they work in a team, they interact with each other in a unique way. It results in a unique culture of a team. Okay, this culture is different from the culture of any other team, any other department. And when these two teams, when these departments interact with each other, they result in a unique culture of an organization, an enterprise. And that culture is pretty unique, pretty complex. Okay, that's why an enterprise could be explained with the help of complex adaptive system, where that system is much bigger than some of its components. In fact, system is not sum of components at all. A system is the not only components, but interaction between them and the relationship that produce as a result of those interactions. So for these type of unique teams and unique organizations, we cannot apply one fit for all. Like, for example, SAFe. If you SAFe is one of the scaling agile framework that has everything ready and you just need to install it on your enterprise. But what about enterprise environmental factors? Its context, maybe it may not fit. That's why SAFe is very useful for few organizations and is not useful for other organizations. Another thing is guided continuous improvement. What Discipline Agile says, they say that we should continuously improve, and if this effort is guided, we will improve much better. I will be coming back on this topic very soon. And then organize around product and services. This concept says that instead of funding to the projects, fund to the teams. Okay, fund to the value streams. And value stream is basically a thread that is sew throughout the organization. It is the thread that shows that when a client comes to the organization, which steps it passes through until this client is served back. Okay, so what DA says or any other framework says that we must organize around the value streams, and the output of these value streams are products and the services. Okay, any question at this point? No.
If you have any questions, please raise your hand or put it in the chat or in Q&A, please.
Let's discuss this topic called guided continuous improvement. Okay, you know about this cycle, isn't it? Every one of you. Kaizen loop, continuous improvement by the father of lean, Edward Demings. You know the Demings story as well, how he was invited by an American journal in Japan to improve or renovate Japanese industry after World War II, especially automotive industry, and he was able to renovate the whole Toyota. Okay, developed TPS, Toyota system, and that was based on this continuous improvement law. Plan, do, study, act. Few people also call it check act. Okay, PDCA, but PMI recognize it as PDSA. Now, what this loop says, it says that whenever a problem comes, the first thing is identify the problem, define the problem very well. Okay, don't go into the solution before defining the problem very well. Maybe with the help of a problem statement. And once you are able to understand the problem well, then identify potential solutions for any type of problem. And here they are saying that solution it's a good approach to having more than one potential solutions. We call it set-based design. Engineering people are well aware of set-based design. Okay, where instead of going for just one solution and consider it would be working, we go for like a set of solutions so that we can try those solutions and see which works the best. Okay, maybe instead of this one or this one, this is the right solution. Okay, but nevertheless, whatever the solution we are implementing, we should be assessing its effectiveness. We should be studying its performance. If it works, that's beautiful. We should be adopting this strategy. If it doesn't work, it's okay. Abandon it, because in any case, we will be having some sheer learnings. This is called failing fast. Failing fast is not a problem at all, because it saves our energy, our resources, but also provide us the learning that we can share with our teams, we can improve ourselves, and then we can share it with other teams in the organization so that they should not be doing the same mistakes. This is Kaizen loop. It is beautiful. It is helpful in the improvement. This is a lean way of working. Work on the small items, work on the small problems, and keep on improving continuously. However, this whole loop is comparatively slow. It really doesn't reach to its quantum leap. It really doesn't speed up because we really don't have any guidance when we are identifying the potential solutions. If we are provided with the guidance, okay, these are different techniques from lean, agile, or waterfall world that works beautifully, and you can choose one of them, then there are strong chances that our progress of continuous improvement could go fast. And now this guidance may come with the help of an experienced coach, consultant, team lead, etc. But also it is very tough to have someone who got a lot of experience and a lot of skills and a lot of, you remember that whole Atkins competency framework for agile coaches. Okay, another way is PMI Discipline Agile Toolkit, something that is available for you for free, called DA Browser. Okay, I hope everyone aware of it. It is available over internet. Search for Discipline Agile Browser, and then you will be getting this toolkit, an agnostic hybrid toolkit for enterprise agility, including team agility, for you for free. And this toolkit has all the guidance, if not all the guidance, a lot of guidance, more than 1800 different tools and practices available for you, so that your effort of continuous improvement could be guided and you can speed up this effort. Not only speed up this effort, but also reduce your failure rate. Okay, no sponsor pay you to fail and learn. What they really want you, they really want you to experiment and succeed. Okay, though they're fine with failure, but how often? They really don't want it more often. They want you to succeed more often. So this is what this guided continuous improvement does. Now let's have a look on this picture. When you don't adopt your organization, when you don't go for agile transformation, you remain standard or maybe going down. However, when you adopt an agile framework for the sake of transformation, after some initial learning, you start improving. But again, this uh, this improvement stall if this framework doesn't provide you guidance on the continuous improvement. Continuous improvement is key. We must not stop. We must not consider our transformation as a one-time effort. However, if you are doing continuous improvement, you keep on improving your team's effectiveness, your organization's effectiveness, and your organization capability to meet the changing needs of the market keeps on improving. But if this effort is with the help of some guidance, maybe with the help of change agents who are experienced, or agile coaches or consultants who are experienced, or maybe with the help of discipline agile toolkit. If you know how to use it, then your effectiveness will increase much faster. Okay, any question about it? And remember, guys, as per discipline agile, you can start this journey of guided continuous improvement. Either you have already gone for an agile transformation or not. It really doesn't need at what stage you are. There are many organizations who are using Scrum for the team level or the SAFe for the enterprise level, who implemented them successfully. But what about continuous improvement? Okay. Similarly, if you implemented, really couldn't get any benefit of it, and then there are many who even didn't start their agile transformation. In any case, discipline agile toolkit for enterprise agility is helpful for you. And remember, DA is something that is not only applicable to software engineering, it could be used for the whole enterprise agility. Either it's your finance, sales, marketing, um, leadership, HR, vendor management, what type of department you want to use, DA is there to make that department more agile, more adaptive to the change. A formal definition of discipline agile, it is agnostic, mean it doesn't recognize any one method or other. It is hybrid, it is combination of all different good methods, frameworks, such as DevOps, extreme programming, SAFe, even PMBOK, traditional techniques, unified processes, agile modeling and data. So it is a comprehensive toolkit, a hybrid toolkit that leverages strategies from a variety of sources. This is a journey from 2009 till 2020. I can also give you update for 2022 as well. Initially started for IBM as a part of their garage, but only for their delivery teams, mean solution development teams. Okay. Later, DevOps are added, that is like solution development plus operation and support teams. In 2015, they expanded it all the way from IT teams towards value streams. Nowadays, we call it value streams that include business operations, sales, marketing, everything that is part of a value stream. Value stream is a journey a client takes in an organization. Okay. Client send a request to be served until this client is served back. This is a value stream. Okay. In 2017, they expanded Discipline Agile Toolkit for the whole enterprise, and we have now covered many different process areas. 2019, PMI purchased it, and you know that what is PMI, an elephant. Okay, when PMI is in any room, everyone have to notice it. Okay, what it is. So nowadays, the whole agile world is noticing discipline agile because PMI is the new owner of discipline agile. Later, they also added to DA Flex in the version 5. Flex is a way through which we can do better portfolio management, program management, etc. And in 2022, now we have DA version 5.7 currently, and there are many changes happen till end of 2022. That is the story of Discipline Agile and how it was started. Now it's time for Discipline Agile fundamentals. Guys, we have a lot of messages in the chat room. I really cannot read all of them, but if you have any question, just feel free to unmute yourself and speak up.
Yes, or raise your hand and we will open the mic for you immediately. Currently, actually on the chat is just normal questions. We don't have specific questions, so we can
Okay.
continue unless anyone need to have any comments before we continue. Any comments
Yeah.
from anyone? Okay, Doctor. So
No.
you can continue, and I will monitor the chat as well. I will monitor the questions.
Sure. Thank you, Shalan.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about discipline agile fundamentals. Okay. Discipline agile could be explained with the help of 4 different views. Okay. The first one is discipline agile mindset. Okay. The second one is different roles and responsibilities are different people who are recommended by discipline agile. Life cycle and workflows, life cycle for delivery teams, life cycle for support operations teams, business operation teams, life cycle for program management and portfolio management, life cycle for HR or marketing or vendor management. Okay. And the last view is practices, the good practices. Okay, with the help of goal diagram. So we can understand discipline agile by understanding discipline agile mindset, different roles and responsibilities for different type of departments, different type of teams, and then flow of their work. Okay, including life cycle and workflows, both internal and external. And the last one is each of the business area is supported with a lot of different practices, more than 1800 practices that are well organized, uh, uh, well provided in a very guided way with the help of process goals or goal diagram. Okay. Now let's talk about DA mindset. DA mindset could be explained with the help of principles. Principles are our foundation building blocks, and they talk about why we do what we do. Okay, that's these are our principles. 8 principles, 7 promises, and 8 guidelines. Okay, now if you look on these principles, they are delight customer, be awesome, be pragmatic, choice is good, optimize flow, organize around product and services, and then enterprise awareness. Okay. Anyone like me to explain any of these principles? Your choice.
So you can raise your hand, please. So usually, let me comment about the first one, which is delight customers. Actually, in here, you need to understand very well the requirement of the customer. And sometimes, if the customer is not giving all the requirements in one shot, then you have to listen to him and keep listening while you are in the journey. This is what we are doing in transformation in general.
True.
And this will be a fit practice for Agile.
Oh, agreed. Though here, I really want to make one point. As per current research, where we love to delight customer, we love to put ourselves in the shoes of a customer. We want to hear from our customer because like customer is key. But the organizations who are very, very successful, not only they learn how to listen customer, but they also learn how to ignore customers. At what stage, at what point we should ignore customers' feedback. No doubt, our focus will be still customers, but we really cannot do everything what our customers say. So as an enterprise, we should be considering both customers and the business, while focus should be on delighting customer. And then be awesome. Be awesome talks about we really want as an individual, as a team, a team of awesome people who love to work with each other, who work and create an environment of psychological safety. Not only they love to work with each other, but other teams in the department love to work with them. Also, other stakeholders and client, they like to work with this team called awesome team. This team is self-organized, self-motivated, and self-learning team. The next principle is context count. It talks about each team, each individual, each organization is unique. So we should be thinking and choosing the way of working that fit our need instead of choosing off the shelf solution. Okay. Be pragmatic in your decisions, in your activities. You should be pragmatic. You really need not to be pure agilist. Okay. Pure agilist really cannot do anything. It's all about pragmatism. Okay. So do whatever is right for you. Okay. Choice is good. Scrum provide us one life cycle. Okay. Lean provide us another life cycle. Then we have life cycles for continuous delivery for the program management. What discipline agile does, it provides you many choices. In fact, 6 choices for the delivery teams only. Okay. And we will be learning about those 6 life cycles very soon, so that we can choose what is right for us. And then other points, for example, optimize flow. Flow management is the next thing. They say that agile cannot go anywhere until we thinking until we are incorporating flow theories, system theories that talks about how can we improve the flow. Flow management is key. The major issue is the delays in our work. Our customer work goes something like this horizontally, but how we manage it something like this, up and down, department wise, hierarchy wise. Work comes, go to the manager, from manager to the next manager of the team, and from that manager to the actual people, and then keep on going up and down. A lot of governance, reporting, control, communication is vertical. That really slow down our work. A lot of bureaucracy, but customer only need this speed. Okay, and how can we do it? By optimizing the flow, by organizing our people around this value stream or the product and services. Okay. Enterprise awareness, we really don't exist in vacuum. When we say agile teams, okay, where we try to break the silos of the departments, okay, but we really don't want our teams to become silo teams. Okay, we want them to work in enterprise aware manner, because in the end, we are not working only for our team, we are working for our organization. We should be doing things that are as per the strategic objectives of an enterprise. We should be working in a live environment where we should know that what's happening in we should have good awareness what's happening in the enterprise, so that we can not only manage the dependencies but can eliminate them. So different principles. And then promises. These are the promises we make between ourselves, with other teams, and with other stakeholders. And the purpose is to do things good. Okay. And promises include psychological safety and embrace diversity. You know about psychological safety, isn't it? And then diversity. When we talk about diversity, diversity could be based on many different factors. Diversity could be gender diversity, could be cultural diversity, could be skin color diversity, could be diversity from academic background, diversity based on the experience, okay, based on race. The purpose is embrace this diversity. Don't make decisions based on these factors. If you will be making, you will be having people from all the same background. Okay. If you will have people from all the same background, you will be thinking in the same way. in a very consistent way. Disadvantage, you will have many blind spots, okay? And you will never able to see. What happened mm, when CIA failed in 9/11, okay? Now, how it was happened? The reason, the people in the CIA, they always come from the same background, same central US states, okay? And they live similarly, they think similarly. They were really not able to see their blind spots. Later, they conducted many research and find out it is diversity that was missing. That's why we couldn't see that even this 9/11 might happen, okay? Diversity is the first step. Uh, the second step is inclusion. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. PMI focus quite a lot, all of them. And not only we should have diverse team, but we should be including all those diverse people in our decision making, okay? Uh, in fact, inclusion is the first stage of psychological safety. Psychological safety goes through 4 stages. The first stage is inclusion safety. The second stage is learner safety. The third one is contributor safety. And the last one is uh, challenger safety. Okay. And what we really want, we want our people here. Now, maybe you heard a few interviews from Steve Jobs. Okay. He said that I never make the decision. When you have smart people, much smarter than you, then you should have give them authority to challenge your decisions and make their own decisions. Remember, paternalism, that is micromanagement, okay, and exploitation, that is if we are not doing micromanagement, but we are allowing our people to make decision, but later we are not respecting their decisions, they are gutter for psychological safety. Okay, so psychological safety really doesn't exist if there is paternalism, when there is exploitation. When there is a lot of micromanagement, when there is no respect, then forget about psychological safety. Next stage is value realization and how to accelerate it. What are the different ways through which we can not only produce value, but also realize it? Collaborate proactively instead of waiting for someone to ask for help. How can we believe in team outcomes? How can we go and help others who are in trouble? And even how can we know someone is in need? Okay, we should be finding ways to identify the bottlenecks and collaborate proactively. And one of the best ways, make workflow visible. Visibility is key for the transparency. No visibility, no transparency. Improve predictability. On one hand, when our thought leaders trust on us as an agile team, as a self-organizing team, we should also take accountability and find ways through which we become more and more predictable. Keep workload within capacity. Uh, this is a beautiful concept. Lean is based on that, where we want to decompose big work into small work items, and we really want to work on as many less items as possible at a time. The benefit is the speed will be much improved, okay, and workload will be within our capacity. If you remember the agile principle, that was about uh, uh, sustain pace over the indefinite time, and we can only do it when workload is in capacity. Improve continuously, that is GCI, we already talked about it. And then guidelines, these guidelines really help us to improve. Validate our learning more often at the end of each iteration, or if we are lean basis, Do it after regular intervals. Apply design thinking instead of design as per your mind. Put yourself in the shoes of your customer. Attend to the relationship. This is when we organize around the value streams, we should be attending the relationship not only within our team, with other teams around that value stream. Okay. Create effective environment that foster joy, where self-organizing teams could be born and people love to work. We really don't want our team, our people should be leaving. Change culture by improving the system. Uh, you know, culture. Eat the strategy in the breakfast. Okay, whatever you do, if you don't improve the culture, nothing would happen, and you can only do it by improving the system. You cannot do it by working on the people only. People only cause 5% of the problem. 95% comes from the systems. If you really want to improve the system. Create semi-autonomous self-organizing teams. Adopt measures to improve. Don't go for status reports all the times. They may not be helpful. Okay. Your team knows how to prepare status report to make you happy as a manager. Okay. Leverage and enhance organizational assets. That's the best thing. Organizational process assets, how to leverage them and how to improve them. This is the best thing you can do for your organization. Different points given in principle, prompts and guidelines really help you to improve. Any question here?
Yeah, actually, we have two questions coming from the audiences. One is maybe it have been answered in the previous session, but let's have shed some light on it, which is what is the difference between agile and disciplined agile?
Agile and
Yes.
no different, no difference. Okay, agile is a mindset. Okay, discipline agile supports that mindset, but want you to be pragmatic. Discipline agile is a toolkit for team and enterprise agility. Okay, you can use it for team level, you can use it for enterprise level, and it will help you to adopt agile mindset and will help you to implement agile in the right way, in a pragmatic way, while following these principles, prompts, and guidelines.
Okay, the other question is how I can determine if agile is good or not for my organization, specifying the culture that we are in, and do we need some more governance and controls for agile?
Now the thing is, when we talk about agile is right for our organization, it totally depends on our needs. Okay, nowadays, again, agile, we should not be considering agile as a method. We should be considering it agile as a mindset. Okay, can we adopt that mindset? Does this mindset will help us to improve our culture, our structure, our teams? Yes, lean and agile principles are very much helpful. Okay, they do it, and later you can find, okay, which method suits us the well. Maybe we have to develop our own methods. Okay, so really need not to take one method and apply it to your organization. It might not work. Most of the time it doesn't work. You should be making your enterprise as a learning enterprise. It's not about agile, it's about learning. Okay, you want your people should be learning people who are improving continuously. Agile transformation is not a project, that one-time project and then transformation is done. It is an ongoing effort, a continuous effort, and you want your teams to keep on doing experiments in a safe space, and from those experiments keep on learning and keep on moving further. So in that context, yes, uh, uh, it is fit for most of the organization. But if you are considering it agile as a project, as a method, agile transformation as a project, or agile as a method, most of the time it really doesn't work. And then there is a question from Taimur Nafis. Is it easy to change the system? No, not at all. And change always comes from the top. The major issue is when these change agents, these consultants or methodologists, they try to work with the organizations. The senior management or the executive says that, okay, this is our organization, these are our teams, please help them to become agile. Please help them to change, to transform. No, change always starts from top. It is very, very important. A leader must know that what is needed to bring that change. What is his or her role in the change? One of the famous quote by Deming is, if you cannot join a meeting, don't send anyone else. You must know what needs to be done. This message was for the executives. Okay, so you should be taking your role effectively. You should be modeling leadership behavior, not only just modeling that behavior, but also taking those actions. Okay. Yeah. So change always comes from the start. Whenever you talk about the frameworks, either it's safe or discipline agile, the first thing they say that executives should have a buy-in, not only buy-in for the sake of like buy-in, but also know that what are their roles. So these are two questions from Temur. I hope I'm able to answer. Next. Okay, guys, we understood DA mindset. The next is DA roles. Okay, what roles DA recommends? Remember, guys, here I am explaining DA only at a team level. Okay, I am not explaining it for the enterprise level. It means the roles I am talking about, this is for the delivery teams, your project teams, your solution development teams. Okay. DA recommends these roles. Again, DA says that it's not compulsory. You should be having only these roles. These roles could be different. Names could be different. We don't force, we don't prescribe any roles on you. We recommend these roles if you prefer. Team lead, project manager, agile coach, whatever you want to name it, product owner, the person representative from the business. Okay. Team members, again, these team members will be our subject matter experts, could be electrical engineers, electricians, plumber, technician, depends what is what constitutes our team. And then architecture owner. This is a special role, especially used in technology powered products. And this person is responsible for the technical aspects of a product so that we can develop the product in a right way. Okay. Another primary role is stakeholder. So these are team roles, and stakeholder is someone, you know the definition of stakeholders, isn't it? An individual or group of individuals or government or the community who have interest, who can be impacted or even perceive themselves by the perceive themselves to be impacted by a project, program, or portfolio decisions, outcomes, or activities, or stakeholder, a wider definition. So 5 key roles on discipline agile delivery teams. Okay, I am not talking about portfolio, I'm not talking about program, I'm not talking about any other business area, only delivery teams. Okay, and then DA recommends few supporting roles. You know that on our projects, we always have these supporting roles. Specialists, subject matter experts for to provide you some expert judgment, quality assurance teams, domain experts to provide you their opinions, technical experts, and then integrators who help you to integrate your solutions in already existing solutions. Along with this, there are many other roles in many different business areas, including procurement, portfolio, finances, so on and so forth. But there is a lot of information on all these different business areas available on microsite called Discipline Agile, and you can access it from PMI website. And then flow. Again, our focus will be only delivery teams, solution delivery teams. We call them DAD, Discipline Agile Delivery Teams. And we will be talking about different life cycles that are provided to us to choose from. Okay, because you remember that principle, choice is good. In fact, in total, there are 6 life cycles that is provided by Discipline Agile to us. 2 of the life cycles are from Agile and Lean. These life cycles are very good when we have project-based funding. Instead of funding to our products, funding to our value stream, if we have project-based funding, because it is very common that we get project-based funding, one project from its start till end. When our teams are organized around projects, though not highly recommended, the issue is each time when new project come, we form another team. No, we really want long-standing stable teams.
I have, Doctor, I have one question from Hisham, Mustafa Hashim, is that how Agile can reduce the constraints and costs for low budget projects? How Agile can reduce constraints for low budget projects? And if we are talking about cost.
Okay, how Agile can reduce constraints for low budgeted projects? The thing is, you know that Agile talk about this inverted triangle where we have, the way we fund, it is one of the main reason we really couldn't do Agile. We must understand this, okay? If you always have a set scope, okay, and then you try to achieve this set scope within a budget and schedule, this is pure waterfall example. This is not the right way to fund in Agile. In Agile, the right way of funding is you have a set budget, okay, a set schedule, and then you try to achieve the scope. This is scope, okay, at the bottom. You try to achieve as much scope as possible.
Okay, I would like to allow Taimur to comment, please, Taimur.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.
Brother, actually, I am trying to. Is there any disadvantage, or if any, is there any flaw if we try to implement the Agile, and how we can improve this methodology? Like, actually, I am a team leader here. I am team leader, and I am working in Saudi Electricity Company, and I am actually facing this problem in my project, and it is not easy. It is not easy to adopt.
It is not easy.
So actually, I'm trying to understand how we can learn like this Agile methodology, how we can implement not completely, but step by step. Like we are working in the different nationality, different people, different groups. And you know, sometimes your intuition saying I am doing the right thing, and I am trying to convince my executive management, but they have to follow the company policy and related to their organization. In that scenario, how you have to represent yourself as a good leader? I mean, what are the steps I should follow?
And the thing is, obviously, if you are trying to change one team within the whole organization, it is, you can think of, you are putting Formula race car in Riyadh traffic. What benefit you will be getting?
Right.
Will you be getting speed?
No.
No, not at all, because all other departments are still very traditional. The thing is, enterprise agility is key, and we understand that again, it is not overnight effort, it is over the time effort. Many people adopt hybrid models, and hybrid models are fantastic. You should have an operating system uh, such as discipline agile or safe, which can work closely with your current organization's structure, which are based on departments, isn't it?
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So these departments, they are good for control and stability, but they are not good for innovation and creativity. Okay. These uh, frameworks, they bring innovation and creativity. You have to work with both so that you can have an operating system, a hybrid operating system that is fit for your purpose. Okay.
Okay. Brother, no, I want
So,
to ask one more question. Like
mhm,
if I want to start as my as a startup, like a small organization, in
mhm.
that case, what will be your recommendation? Should I follow the traditional leadership role, or I should go for the agile model?
In fact, all the startups, when they start, they are very agile. Okay, they work
Okay.
in an agile fashion. They are the team whose focus is only customer. Okay, only
Right.
product. But later, when your team start expanding, you really cannot maintain that network of innovation and creativity. You start building the departments, and then all those issues come of bureaucracy and the governance and all those bits. Okay, for startups, exploratory life cycle is good for you. Conduct the experiments, set the hypothesis, conduct the experiments, and keep on learning to develop your MVPs. Okay.
Right, right, right. But
So,
brother, why if our organization, I believe if even the organization is like we build some structure, in
mhm,
that case, why it is difficult to adopt the agile methodology? Because even I believe this is a good process. Like with the limited resources, you can get the more result, and you can get the correct information. Like if I am the CEO, and I know I need the feedback from the field, rather than I
mhm.
should go from the department manager, then the division manager, then further as a group leader, then team leader, then the site manager. I can directly approach to the site manager, like I can follow the agile methodology on the same when the we have a huge structure. So what
Yes.
is wrong in that case?
And the thing is, like, obviously, you cannot change overnight. Okay. You have to determine the success stories. Okay. Build on small wins and go from there. Uh, Slowly, your organization will become a learning organization. You have to adopt many different practices. It's not just running iterations. Okay. It's
Right,
not
right.
about iteration. There are much more than this. You have to build the system that really improves your organization's agility. Uh, it's a big discussion. We really cannot do it like in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. But nevertheless, there is quite a lot in discipline agile, in the safe domain. We can have separate discussion, then we can talk about it.
Okay, okay,
Uh,
that's great.
yeah, now let's talk about this different life cycles. Two life cycles work very well when you have project-based funding, when your teams are only gathered for project and after that they disperse. Okay, Agile is Scrum Plus. This is based on Scrum, but much better than Scrum, much comprehensive than Scrum. Okay, and then Lean example is Kanban. We will be only talking about this one. Okay, in couple of minutes. And then we have these two: continuous delivery agile, continuous delivery lean. This stage comes when you have stable teams, people working with you for a long time. They are working on the same product for a long time, and they keep on adding features, for example, into that product. Think about Microsoft 365. There will be separate teams for each of the application. And those teams are working there for long. For them, the funding is not project based. For them, the funding is for product based, excuse me, or value stream based. Okay, and they are long-standing stable teams. They already passed through different stages of team formation. They already know the scope of their work. They already know how funding is coming to them. They already know that what testing strategies they are using, and they are already know what architecture they are using. They are just adding more and more features. Think about the teams working in Amazon. Think about the team who are working in like eBay. Okay, what are they doing? They are just like feature producing machines, adding value day in, day out. Okay, so continuous delivery agile and continuous delivery lean. This continuous delivery requires advanced practices. For example, infrastructure as a code. Okay, for example, CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment, and many other advanced practices from DevOps. And then a life cycle called exploratory life cycle. It is from lean startups. This is when you are basically developing an MVP, a new product whose market is still not determined. We don't know who will be accepting this product, or a prototype, or a proof of concept. Okay. However, if you have many different teams, sub-teams working on the same product or working on the same program, in that case, Discipline Agile also provides you a life cycle. We call it program life cycle, that talks about how different squads, different sub-teams, they work together in a way that whatever they produce could be coordinated, their dependencies could be managed, could be eliminated, and then whatever we are getting should be integrated into a single solution used for our purposes. So 6 different life cycles only for delivery teams. Remember, this is still not for other departments like HR or finance. Here in this picture, I am going to show you just one life cycle called Agile life cycle. It is Scrum Plus. If you remember, I showed you a Scrum life cycle in the last session. And what was in that life cycle? How that life cycle is different from Discipline Agile life cycle. That was simple, but that was not enough, not sufficient enough. If you look on this life cycle, the Scrum life cycle only include these bits. Scrum really doesn't talk about how a team will work in an enterprise aware manner, how team will know how to work with the portfolio team. What is the mindset of portfolio management, how to organize themselves with that mindset, with that strategies, with the constraints that are coming from the portfolios, because all the vision and funding for your projects and product come from the portfolio. Similarly, how to work closely with the product management teams, because all the features, all the requirements, what market needs, the product roadmaps, everything come from the product management and a lot of other guidance as well. And then enterprise architecture, all the technical roadmaps, all the technical guidance comes from enterprise architecture, because whatever you are building is going to be integrated in the system of the enterprise. On the other side, if you look, I'm not going in depth of this Scrum life cycle because we discussed it. When you prepare the product, the solution, the consumable solution. Next stage is put it into the production. And what time you should be putting? How about your support and operation teams? Are they ready? You produce something, maybe they are not ready to use it. What's the purpose of it? So production readiness on both ends, transition readiness on both ends, delivery teams and the operation teams. Uh, this is the concept of DevOps. DevOps break the silos, break the walls between IT operations support, IT security, IT data, or even business operation teams and our development teams. And they work in a way that as they are working together as a team. Okay, so DevOps is next thing. This is the thing everyone should be adopting for continuous improvement. And then governance, another aspect. In agile world, we believe more on lean governance instead of traditional governance. Traditional governance is very much based on the artifacts, on the documents, a lot of documents that we need to produce, but discipline agile or any other agile framework believes in lightweight risk-based milestones. For example, instead of having project charter, project briefs, project documents, as long as our stakeholder vision is the same, business and technology people know what we are going to build, it's enough. And then some other lightweight risk-based milestones throughout the life cycle of an agile project or product.
Doctor, I have a question from Mrs. Hajar. Just I will allow her to talk. Please, Mrs. Hajar. Ms. Hajar, can you unmute yourself, please? Okay, for some reason she's not connecting. Okay, let's continue, Doctor.
Okay. Let's move further. Now, I showed you one life cycle out of 6, agile life cycle. Okay, as I already mentioned, agile life cycle is useful when you are new to agile, when you are not building a new product but adding more features in the current product. Okay. Scrum, XP, their life cycles are similar to this life cycle. Important thing is it is different from continuous delivery agile because here you work as a project team, not like a product team. I have a question. Yea or nay? You can write in the chat, you can unmute and speak up. Read this question and start answering in yea or nay. So yea. In meanwhile, there is a question from Rami Al-Halabi. Excuse me if I pronounce it wrong. How can agile methodology help in managing non-software projects? Agile is a mindset. It is not a specific methodology. Okay. Different methods help you to do the agile, but important thing is how can you adopt lean and agile mindset for the sake of continuous improvement, for the sake of becoming learning organization, Rami. So it is not only using the method, it is adopting the mindset. It's not compulsory that implement Scrum or discipline agile as it is. important thing is change your mindset so that you can become continuously improving organization, an organization who knows how to adapt to market conditions in a quicker way, in a cost-effective way. This is business agility. Agility is not Scrum or discipline agile or safe. Okay, so there are JRNA. Are there few more JRNA? Yeah, we got a lot of J. But let's look at the answer. It is name. Now question comes, why name? In fact, if you remember on this slide, I was talking about continuous delivery agile and continuous delivery lean. I told you that this is next level. Okay, at this level, we need advanced practices of continuous integration, continuous deployment. I talked about CI/CD, and I talked about infrastructure as a code. I talked about these life cycles. But question is asking, does this life cycle require these practices? Not really. Okay, these advanced practices are specific with continuous delivery. Okay, like Amazon does, like Google does, like Microsoft does. So that's why it's name. Agile life cycle. It's good to have these, but it's not a requirement. Next, JRNA. DA lean life cycle is Kanban based project life cycle. JRNA. Now I'm getting a lot of name. Oh, wow. But my answer says J. Again, the purpose of this JRNA is so that you can identify the gaps in our discussions. Okay. Okay, let's go back to these choices. This is Scrum based Agile. This is Kanban based Lean. I told you while I was discussing. So, yes. Okay, let's move further. How do you choose your way of working? Remember, guys, it is your organization, your team. You should be choosing your way of working instead of a consultant or coach is telling you what is your way of working. 5-step process. Firstly, analyze the context, then choose the best life cycle. Third one is connect the dots, then choose the practices, agile and lean practices. Okay, start with some practices and then keep on doing experiments, keep on improving. Okay, so these are 5-step process. We will quickly go through first 2 steps, that is analyze your context. Okay, and then second is select the best life cycle. When you are analyzing context, PMI provide you this beautiful spider web that help you to perform tactical scaling, that help you to understand the complex environment. This spider diagram says that if you are near to the center, your situation is easy, your situation is not complex. But if you are far from the center, then you are working in a complex environment, and that depends on the team size. Bigger team sizes, complexities are more. Geographically distributed, your situation would be tough. Virtual teams, co-located, you are much easy situation. Organizational distribution, if it is a single division, things are good, same department. But if your team is based on contractors and a lot of outsourcing is being done, then situation will become tougher and tougher. Compliance needs, if there is no compliance need, life is easy. But what about when you have financial or life critical compliance needs? Financial, for example, in fintech industry, okay, life critical in med tech industry. Okay, and here requirements become more and more complex. Similarly, technical and domain complexity. When say technical complexity, developing a simple standalone solution all the way to multi-platform legacy solutions. Domain complexity, straightforward, like building a simple website for an academic institute. But things can become very complex when you are going for e-commerce solutions, or even much complex than that. For example, uh, you're building a Mars rover machine. NASA projects are chaotic projects. So these factors, when you analyze them, you are able to see that, okay, how much practice I need to perform better based on my requirements. Then this flowchart helps you to choose your life cycle as per your need. Look at it. Exploratory, program, lean, continuous delivery, agile, continuous delivery, lean, or agile. Which life cycle you wanna choose? It depends on many different factors. Okay. This life cycle is always a good start, agile and lean. Okay, but your struggle should be to reach to this life cycle, continuous delivery lean or continuous delivery agile. And then I will stop at this point. I would love to take your questions for next 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will be ending our session.
Yeah, actually, we have like 10 minutes left in the webinar, because that will be shortened. So please, in case you have any questions, raise your hand and we will open the mic for you. Mrs. Hajar, your mic is open if you want to collaborate or tell anything, please. Okay, then Zuhair. Zuhair, can you please open your mic?
Yes. Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear you good.
Doctor, I have one question. If you could go back to the question, how the discipline Agile and Kanban are really similar. This is something I couldn't understand.
Oh yeah,
The
discipline
last
agile.
yeah,
I'm going to share it with you. Now, discipline agile is a toolkit that is based on many different practices. That could be from agile world, that could be from lean world, that could be from Kanban. Okay, that's why discipline agile toolkit provides you many different life cycles, including agile, lean, exploratory, etc. Lean is based on Kanban, agile is based on Scrum. Okay, and again,
doesn't work all the way around.
Sorry, again.
I mean, vice versa. Is it true?
Yeah. I mean, you can, when you are doing lean or Kanban, basically you are doing discipline agile. You are getting help from discipline agile. Now, if you look on this life cycle, that is agile or Scrum, similarly, there are many other life cycles available on discipline agile website for each of them. You can go and use them.
I see.
Yeah.
Clear. Thank you.
Most welcome.
We have one question actually related to how we can change the mindset of the higher management. Sometimes because the higher management, you said it's like change will start from the top, but sometimes a change, the higher management need to change, but they have some restrictions, some constraints, some things that in their mind will not work correctly. So how to handle such situation?
Two things change senior management. One, they are proactive. They have that vision, that horizon. to take their enterprises to the next level, they always create that sense of urgency in themselves, taking their organization to the next level. That's number one. The number two is when their competitors push them to do it, when they really don't have any other option to survive. Either they have to die down or they have to go to next level. Okay, these factors really push them to go for the transformation. Now, it only depends on the leader, how much time they depend on their personal and professional development to improve. Obviously, preferred is someone who is keeping an eye on the future. Okay, they are planning their initiatives based on new vision, new features. But if they're not doing it, the second is like market will push them to do it. Okay, it may take more time, but in the end, either their organization will die down slowly, like Nokia. I mean, Nokia mobile phone I'm talking about, or they have to go for a better way of working.
Yeah, so actually it's still at the top who is decide what will be the future of the company actually.
No, that's the role of CEOs and executives and the senior management to take organization to the next level. They have to decide.
Yes.
And they are responsible and accountable too.
But sometimes it's too late.
Yeah, sometimes it's too late. True, I agree. That old mindset, bureaucratic mindset from 20th century, it's tough to change. Okay, and then they won't be able to compete. And we have already seen that how quickly things are changing. Okay, still we are just waiting the charisma of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Soon, when we will be seeing them, then everything would be changed.
Yes, yes. There's a lot of emerging technologies that will change the world actually.
True. But think about life like 10 years back when there were no these touchscreen phones. We cannot even imagine what has changed. In fact, now there are big gaps between generations. Now there are generations in the same era who didn't even use one type of technology, and same people are there who didn't use those technologies. Think about when we were born, there were no computers. When our kids are born, still there are no computers. They are using now touch screens. So there is a whole gap of technologies. Life is moving so fast.
Yes, yes. And Dr. when you are talking about the discipline agile material on the BMI, usually this is free or how can to get this kind of materials?
It is free. The whole DA browser is free. You can go and explore it. I can show you if you like.
Yeah, please show it to the audiences. It will be of great value.
Yes. Yeah.
And also maybe the other question is how to choose the right material for you, because sometimes you will go and you'll find a lot of material here and there. So this is the other question.
Agreed. That's why those DA coaches and consultants, they come in that can help you out. Also, there's a purpose of certifications to give you a very streamlined knowledge. Okay, really take you step by step to use the right material for your purpose. So if I write down DA browser here, I need to share the screen. As we are working closely with the KSA chapter, we can have a separate session for the volunteer then where we can talk more about discipline agile in much more depth.
Yeah, thank you very much. We can arrange this with Mrs. Hajar and
yes, sure.
Because maybe this is a piece of information that most of our activities is based on volunteers. So sometimes we are welcoming people who need to volunteer with other activities like knowledge sharing, website development, any kind of other activities.
True. Okay, so can you see this screen?
Yes.
So this is Discipline Agile macro site that is available on PMI website. Okay. And at the moment, I am just opening it's one part, that is DA browser. The most recent version is 5.7, but there are many other versions, 5.3, that is English and Japanese both, 5.6, 5.5, all the way till DAD 4. Now let's have a look on the recent version, DA 5.7. It's free for all. You don't need PMI membership. It is for the sake of guidance. If you look closely, it will provide you guidance for discipline agile delivery teams. 28 different process goals. Look, how to form team, how to align with enterprise direction, how to explore scope, architecture, plan for the release, testing our quality assurance strategies, how to develop common vision, how to secure funding in agile way, then how to develop our solution, how to put that solution into the transition, and what are different ongoing activities that help us to improve, including growing team members, coordinating activities, all the way to doing some pragmatic measurements. Okay, guys. So this is the DA browser. I have to start another webinar right now. We can talk more about it, but you can go and explore it and always come back to me over LinkedIn.
Okay, I just shared the LinkedIn link for the doctor, and please feel free to have any questions and to share any questions. We will send the PDUs very soon for you, inshallah. As well, we will arrange for the certificate for the whole for people who attended both
Sure.
webinars, either on YouTube or live. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
and
you, everyone, and thanks, Chelan.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.